My name is Kevin, and I'm a WordPress developer. Alright folks, what's going on? Kevin Dev Double O. You already know folks, so listen, we gotta talk about this today. We gotta talk about this. This gets a little old, man. I have to be honest. I hear it oftentimes on the internet, and somebody need to help me on this. By the way, I'm trying to wipe off the water. I literally had my water bottle and then did all that. But anyway, so listen, WordPress developers aren't developers. Man, what? WordPress developers aren't developers. Squarespace developers aren't developers. Wix developers, Shopify, none of those guys are developers. A real developer is someone who builds meaningful things. Someone who builds things that impacts society daily. So, what's a developer again? This is crazy. This is crazy. I oftentimes hear this, and first thing first, take everything, anything and everything anybody says with a grain of salt. I don't know who has given it. I'm talking to the ones who says this stuff. I don't know who's giving you the power or the authority out here in the tech world to say what's a developer and what's not. Guys, a programmer, a developer, there's all engineer, any little name you want to name, folks, all this stuff is just titles at the end of the day. Because here's the thing, you telling me a senior dev can do something as impactful or more impactful and more meaningful than your average everyday freelancer. Come on guys, we really gotta think about this here. Here's the thing, I gotta be straightforward with this. My ones who are working with corporate, Google, all these things, it's all amazing guys. Listen, Fang, woohoo, all this stuff's amazing folks, but here's the thing. When you go to these companies and you work for these companies, you're building meaningful things, but nothing you've created. How creative are you? You know, honestly, let's be real. You're down in an assembly line of creations. You fall under a category or probably multiple categories of somebody's ideal being brought from just a concept all the way down the pipeline to an end product. You're playing a part in that. Yes, you're building some meaningful pieces to something, to a whole bigger picture, but does that make you more of a developer than somebody who's building a WordPress site or a Shopify storefront that generates millions of traffic for people with good organic keywords and search results and with a return on investment through the roof on a weekly, daily, monthly, or annual basis? Does that make them less of a developer? They're doing the same thing. They're doing meaningful stuff. They're doing stuff that impacts society daily. We gotta get out of that notion, guys. Like, so I'm here, and this is primarily, I care less about what senior devs think about that, mid-levels or any of that. I'm here for my new devs who are jumping on the scene. It's already hectic enough, and I wanna help filter out the garbage. Here's the kicker. More than not, you're probably not gonna get that React developer job, these big glorified jobs that everyone always say to get. Now here's the thing, I'm saying out of the gate, that does not normally happen. Meaning, if you're on a bit of a time crunch and you're looking to hurry up and get in Google, good luck, because that's not gonna happen that way. Not happening that way. Now, if you're on a bit of a time crunch and you need money as fast as today, you've been cleared wrong. Platforms that you need to focus on as you're developing your skills. These do not diminish your skills. You have WordPress, you have Shopify, you have Squarespace, you have Wix. Now, am I a fan of all these platforms? No. I use WordPress the most, but I've used every last one of them, so I'm unbiased when I come to that. I've experienced all of them, but I'm revisiting each of them just to kind of get an idea of what makes them tick. Times have changed, folks. These platforms now are beefing up on their APIs. They have documentation, developer docs. Why would you have developer docs for WordPress, Shopify, and all these things if they're not developers? So you have to understand what they're telling you. What they're probably trying to tell you, and I'm about to crush that too, is they're telling you learning WordPress, Shopify, and all these things is going to hinder your growth. Not going to hinder your growth, folks. The way that works is Shopify and WordPress from a developer's mindset, and then that's for notion. But they're thinking it is easier to do. It doesn't take much to learn it. It doesn't take much to learn the basics. But all these are pretty beefy. Guys, have you heard of Headless CMS? Have you heard of that? Yes, you have. Have you heard of Jamstack? Guys, they're using WordPress as an example as a back end. That's their database for easy database management because of the familiarity that it has for developers and just businesses in general. So it does the heavy lifting, and then you can pull in your React, you can pull in your Angular, your Vue. You can pull in these different tools, folks. Don't be misinformed. Make sure you go down the line and go down multiple channels. Don't just listen to one, because guess what? Yes, you can be a developer and you can be successful being a developer, WordPress developer, Shopify developer, Squarespace developer. You're not limited anymore. So the garbage has been decluttered for you. You can succeed all the same. You can learn WordPress and all the basics super easy, and then you can still beef up your skills on the side. Because at the end of the day, these are tools. A developer is a developer. When you hear somebody say they're a WordPress developer, I'm going to use that example now. I'm a WordPress developer for the company I'm working for now. But in actuality, I'm a developer that leverages WordPress for my day-to-day activities, or should I say my day-to-day responsibilities. That's how you need to view this. So all of that, whatever folks are talking about, cut it. Because my ones who are needing employment now doesn't need to keep hearing that. You don't need data structures and algorithms right now. None of that matters. I'm looking to get hired right now, as fast as today. I mean, like a stopwatch me right now. I'm ready to get going now. If you're one of those, learn your basics, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and then start exploring CMSs. Look at your WordPress, look at your Shopify, look at your Squarespace, look at your Wix, because this is going to also grow you in so many more ways. You're going to create soft skills that you will not normally have in other cases when it comes to getting stuck down these rabbit holes and tutorial hell trying to figure out how to build an Amazon when it's just you. Don't get caught in the trap, folks. Do not get caught in the trap. That's not to say you're not going to learn these things later on down the line, but you're needing employment today. You're needing employment as fast as right now. Don't pass them up. Gain the basics. It's a learn and earn process, folks. If no one told you, I'm telling you now. So learn and earn process. You learn your basics. You start earning by leveraging these platforms that I mentioned, and then you start to reap the dividends. And then that's when you can get this level of not necessarily comfort, but this level of stability. And then now you start to grow and develop with other skills. You don't have to wait to get a part of to be a part of anything to make that happen. Because here's another thing. Let's say if you keep doing these things, everybody's built a to-do list. I'm sick of seeing to-do lists. If I said that right. I don't want to see a to-do list. I'm tired of seeing stop clocks, stop watches. Like, come on, man. I'm tired of seeing forms. Who can't build these things, y'all? And that's the thing. When they send you down this road to learn all these frameworks and all this heavy stuff, and that's not what's needed. Because if I'm a businessman, which I am, I don't care if you can build a form. I got a tool for that. I got a plugin for that. Can you use that plugin? All right. Can you leverage what you know about forms via HTML and CSS and leverage that into understanding how to use this plugin? That's what you're doing, folks. Don't make this difficult. And I'm going to leave you with this, because I've had someone ask me this. I've honestly had many students. I've had many people from around the world ask me this question: how hard is it to get into web development? My response to that, folks, is it is hard as we make it. That's anything in life. It is as hard as we make it. When you allow yourself the right resources, the right mindset, the right guidance, when you have all the right things, when you have all these right things, good things are to come. All right, it takes time and patience and perseverance, but if you keep pushing through, success is on the other side. All right, folks, I can go on and on and on about this. I really can, like a broken record, but leave me with this, folks. Stick down the path. You just coming in, welcome, because you are a developer, even if today's your first day. Learn the basics, get some fundamentals, start leveraging some CMSs out here, and make your money. Get in. Just get in, and you'll be all right. Everything starts to open up. Then you're gonna start really being able to filter what you start watching moving forward. All right, folks, that's it. K2DL00. You already know, folks. Stay tuned, stay locked. If you haven't by now, please like, share, and sub. It's gonna do me a great job. Please, with them likes for sure. I gotta get some likes up here as I travel down this wonderful road of YouTube algorithm. Let's keep pushing through, and I want you to keep pushing through. I want everybody out there who's listening to me now, I don't care if it was only a couple seconds, at least if you caught the end of this piece, I want you to be successful in every single way. So if you need any help with that, hit me up, comments below, reach out to me, Twitter, Instagram, at K2DL00, and I got you. Till next time, folks, we out.